Michael, Southend this weekend, on the back of obviously a disappointing cup defeat to Macclesfield. What are you looking for from the players in terms of a response?
That we go to Southend looking to win the game. There's no other way of kind of patching it up. That's what we've worked on since we've been back in the building. That's the focus going into any game, and nothing changes. Whether we'd have won on Tuesday or whether we'd have lost as we did. We approach the Southend game as we would approach any game, and that's with the mentality to go down there and bring the 3 points back up north. So that's been the message that's been kind of delivered today alongside the stuff that we've worked on. And there's as I say, I expected nothing different, but the lads have come in prepared for Southend as you would expect.
Will there be any changes? Obviously, Owen Doyle missed the game the other night, and so did Kelvin Mellor. I'm guessing those two might come back into the mix.
Yeah, we'll pick a team that we think goes out there to beat Southend. We certainly won't be picking a team for any other kind of response. So whatever we go with, those players will be given the responsibility of making sure they come away with a result. And for us, that's 3 points. There's no two ways about it. We're going down there to win the football match. So whoever's selected, they'll be ready. Obviously, we've got the opportunity to have a look at a couple on Tuesday. So there's lots for us to think about going into the weekend. But as I say, at this moment in time, without going into details of who's going to do what, whoever goes out on that pitch as an 11 will be expected to win the football match.
What do you know about Southend? Obviously, they will see maybe Tuesday night's defeat as an opportunity against Bradford at home.
Yeah, I mean, from what I've seen of them, from what I've watched, they're a good team. They like to play football. They've got some good players with, higher level experience. So it's going to be an entertaining game. They'll certainly look to try and dominate the ball, as we will. So it should be an entertaining game for the spectators. For us, it'll be about the control of the game, which is kind of what I alluded to a little bit more on Tuesday. So we need to build on that. And off the back of that, I think it's never an easy place to go, no matter what sort of form or what sort of side they put in. Last season, Southend were a little bit more physical. This season, they're a little bit more technical. So it poses different challenges for us. But as I say, we'll be ready for it. The lads will be ready for it. And the other thing as well, they've got to kind of problem solve against what we bring. So as I say, it'll be an entertaining game, one that I'm sure the spectators will enjoy. But the main focus for us is we will go down there to win the game.
And obviously Burton coming on Tuesday night, thick and fast now, the fixtures. I'm guessing squad control, management is high on your agenda at the moment. It
has to be, yeah, at this moment in time. It's difficult to get the kind of the intensity into training that you need, because you're almost on recovery in between games. It's never easy, but this is the start of the season. This is England. We understand that that's how this country's run. There's a lot of games in a short period of time, and there's certainly no complaints for us, but we'll have to manage that. We'll have to deal with it as and when we can, and wherever possible in between games, we'll train wherever necessary to get right what we think's gone wrong, or to build on what we think's gone right. So that's been the case this week. Building off the back of Tuesday. Yes, it was a disappointing result. There's no two ways of putting it. There was, we expected to win that game and we didn't win it. So we've got to bounce back from it quickly, and it's a perfect opportunity to go down there against Southend and do exactly that.
You'll be looking to gain momentum as well. Obviously, defeat to Barnsley last time out in the league. You could put that right this weekend, and then if you can get into a rhythm, it can be difficult to stop a team that's winning.
Yeah, of course it can. I think every team across the division's looking for that. I've watched a lot of football since the start of the season, and I've not seen anything in League One at the moment that's kind of making me think that one team's levels above the rest. And I still don't believe that. So, off the back of watching Southend, there are elements of their game that are good, but there are also elements where, I think that we can capitalise on and use to our advantage. So that'll be the same with every team. But yeah, every team in the division's looking for that little bit of momentum. It's never easy at the start of the season, especially when games come so thick and fast. But it's just a case of dealing with them and making sure that in between you prepare right, you get the recovery right, so that every time you step out on that pitch you're well prepared and you're well refreshed. And I think that's good for us going into Saturday and then Tuesday, that we've got players that we can call upon. We've got a strong squad, but we can only pick 11, so those that are not picked on Saturday, they'll have to prepare themselves properly, because it might be a completely different scenario come Tuesday.
And how do you judge mood in camp? Obviously it's still very early in the season, a lot of new faces coming together. Do you see it evolving behind the scenes?
Yeah, I mean, we've never had any issues with that, to be honest. They're a good group of lads. They were disappointed by the result on Tuesday, naturally so, as we all were. There's no way to patch it up that we expected to win that game, and we lost on penalties, which went to a lottery over the course of the game. We should have won it. We should have put the game to bed, but we didn't. and ultimately that cost us in the end. So we're well aware of that. But no, with regards to the group, they're a good group. They apply themselves properly every day. They're keen to take on board the information that's given, but it's just a case of executing that now. The one thing that I did say on Tuesday was I saw signs of things that we've worked on that started to come out a little bit, but it wasn't enough, and it wasn't enough to win us the game. So on Saturday we have to build on that again, and we have to make sure that whatever we do, it's to get a win. So that's the message. We go down there and we are looking for the 3 points. But regarding the group, no problems whatsoever. As I said, they're a very good group with a very good spirit, and they'll be ready to bounce back straight away against Southend, and I'll expect nothing different.